أهل ترسقالة آشور قال رشماية زوعة ديمقراطية آتورايا أغدانة إلينوي كي بارس قاتوخن كل يوم تشبتا من صاد إشتا هل إشتو بلقي برمشا من القنطرن ترسقالة WCGO اللبت 15 أطشي AM من ديتد أفنسلن.
So Chris, Shalom alochen shamane mukhibbe, Shemira Nirari Yosip, Oira Prescalet Zoa Demokrataya Aturaya, Ashur Chicago. I want to welcome you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for my, I'm also on Facebook Live. I want to thank the viewers for tuning in. Let me start off quick with a short monologue of what Nisha did, Modil Nisha did, and the goals why I do this. Well, number one, the whole world knows the situation that the Assyrians are in now, that the Christians in the Middle East are suffering. My goal is to spread awareness and the goals of the Assyrian Democratic Movement. Our message has always been to fight for our human rights on our native lands. I mean, this is something that should come naturally. If you look at Western democracies, native people have a special status and have certain rights given to them. But in our situation, it's the total reverse. We are still trying to fight for our national existence and a homeland, Gudeshtet Nineveh, in the Nineveh Plains. I believe that we are obligated to not only know our history, because the saying goes, those who do not know history, and I know a lot of people don't like history, but if you do not know your history, you are doomed to repeat it. And I really believe it. I really believe in that saying. And I think we're obligated to keep up with our history, keep up with politics and current events. And even if a lot of people aren't really interested into this stuff, interested in history and politics, you must try to find a way to help out in any way you can, whether it's donation or helping out your friends that are working in these causes, to uplift their spirits. Because you got to remember, our people back home are literally on the front lines, are literally fighting within the fires of ISIS and Al-Qaeda and all these other extremist radical groups. So if you don't get involved, at least donate. I mean, last couple of shows I've been promoting the Nineveh Plains Defense Fund, which is registered and fully authorized under the State Department, We've made it legal thanks to the board, which is Dr. Elmer Abdo, Susie Yon, and Michael Uash, Luya Yaqub Yaqo, and a couple other board members I can't think of right now, but they have fought to make this fundraising from the diaspora to support the NPU, our security force on the ground in the Nineveh. I want to get into a little bit of news, what's been happening surrounding the problems in the Middle East, especially Iraq. On September 26th, the Iraqi Council of Representatives decided, well, there was talks of dividing Nineveh into different provinces. But thankfully, the Iraqi Council of Representatives decided not to divide it into provinces because this was a Sunni versus Sunni and Sunni versus Shiite problem that was going on. And this is something good for us because the ADM has always taken a stand to keep the Dasht Nineveh a province and let the people of Nineveh decide their own fate. Without influence by the KRG, the Kurdish regional government, or the Arab conflicts, the Sunni Shiite conflicts that are going on the ground. We want to be completely neutral of those conflicts, but we've always been they keep fighting, and we're the ones that are suffering the most. We want to maintain the status of Nineveh as a region for all the minorities that are living in that region. The Assyrians in the Nineveh Plains make up about 20 to 30%, and this is after the invasion of ISIS. We have a lot of IDPs and internal displaced persons that have left, and what we want is for them to return. Within the next 6 months, the plan is to liberate Mosul. And so the Iraqi government is trying to figure out what to do after we liberate Mosul. We liberate the rest of Nineveh province. What the ADM wants, what ZOA wants, is Article 125, which has been in the Iraqi constitution since 2005 or 2003, for it to be implemented, respected, and upheld. Because Article 125 says the Constitution. This is the Iraqi Constitution. The Constitution shall guarantee the administrative, political, cultural, and educational rights of various nationalities, such as the Turkmen, Chaldo-Assyrians, and all other constituents, and this shall be regulated by law. So this is a region for the minorities there to have their own security force, their own government, their own social and economical programs, infrastructure. We've clearly seen that we can't depend on the Arabs or the Kurds to defend us, and that's why it's so important that the NPU was started. We have around 3,000 men enlisted, and they are ready to serve. They are ready to defend those lands. But it is up to us that are living in America, and go America, go Australia, all over the world. We need to fund these men. The website, again, is Nineveh Plains Defense Fund. I'll put it at the bottom at the end. I'm pretty sure $12.50 a month is doable by all Assyrian Americans, everybody around the world. We should be able to help out and donate to these soldiers who are willing to put their lives on the line. When they're signing up to not only defend their lands, but defend their families, defend our history. As you can see, ISIS has totally destroyed the Lamasus in Nineveh, the last remaining Lamasus in Nineveh. Are we gonna sit back and watch that happen? If I'm not too good at math, but if 50,000 Assyrians in America donate $12.50 a month, that's $150 a year. I think that comes out to about $4 or $7 million. That's at 50,000. There are around 200,000 Assyrians in America. This is very doable, it's very logical, and it's just something people should want to do. We need to be the backbone for these people in the homeland. We need to show them that we haven't forgotten about you. In other news, the Assyrian Federation of Netherlands has successfully organized an event at the House of Representatives. They sat down with 6 Dutch members of parliament, and they were talking about the situation of our people in Iraq. And an Assyrian delegation, which included ZOA members, ADM members, Luya Rabi Yaqub Yaqo, Ashur Askaria, a few others, sat in a meeting with the Commission of Foreign Affairs. And they were discussing the topics of what would happen post-ISIS, once we get ISIS out of Mosul. And the important part is not to just keep ISIS out of Mosul, it's to make sure radical groups like that don't spring up again. And how do we do that? Is by having the local forces like the NPU stand for themselves. Because I guarantee you, those Assyrians would have never fled in the face of ISIS. And we never have. We've been totally undermined, we have been totally divided, but there's still hope, and I really believe this is going to work out. I mean, we're gaining momentum. The NPU is gaining momentum. So back to this Commissions of Foreign Affairs in Netherlands. They discussed certain topics and plans. So when we get this Dasht Nineveh province as a self-administrative region under Article 125 of the Iraqi Constitution, Marela, the issue was land expropriation. The lands that the Assyrians have fled must be returned. We are legal owners of those lands, and these lands must be returned so these internally displaced people could return to their homes that have been stolen. There's been plans for the Nineveh Plains after the liberation of Mosul. The concept of a safe haven where Suraya Masideri will let them prosper, let them grow economically, socially. But this will not be possible unless we have a strong security force there. Idea the NPU is the legitimate force that we have, the independent force. Like I said, there's around over 3,000 men enlisted. Around 500 of them are officially under the Iraqi National Guard. The NPU is under the Iraqi National Guard. But these other 2,500 men need funding. And that's where we need to step up. The Assyrians that are living in diaspora, we need to step up and donate. Like I said, $25 a month is nothing. That's 2 packs of cigarettes right there, or 2 drinks at the bar. I'm sure you guys can do that, especially to the younger generation. But once this is what we hope. We hope that the people that have left Dasht Nineveh return, and we start development in the region. We start infrastructure, hospitals, businesses. We need Syrian businessmen to come and invest into that region, because Rabbi Yonadim Kenna said Dasht Nineveh is sitting on, I don't want to misquote him, I don't know, the number was 20 million gallons of oil. 20 million gallons of oil. So we see why the Qurdaya and they're fighting over this piece of land. But it truly belongs to the people that are living there. The Assyrians, the Shabaks, the Yazidis. Those resources could be, once we are established, once we have the security force strong, that we've proved ourselves to the world. I mean, even America, 2 months ago, when American-led forces joined for the first time ever, they joined with an Assyrian force, the NPU, They joined the forces with the NPU and coordinated airstrikes and had NPU follow through and liberate a village from ISIS. This has never happened in our history. So we're gaining momentum. America's looking at the NPU and saying we could work with these guys. They're serious. They wanna fight. They're ready to liberate these towns. Well, at the end of the day, ماني أمريكاي ماني أودي trust بالشرابة. مسلمانة ين أخنا. We share common values with Western democracy. رابا not كله بس رابا ناشق Middle East لا برمي human rights, لا برمي women's rights. أخنا we understand these things, so we want a prosperous, democratic, free federal Iraq. So what this means is after we get rid of ISIS, Article 125, the ADM ZOA wants Article 125, which should have been a reality years ago, but this is our last stand. That Article 125, which guarantees a kind of a state for our people, like a semi-state, and a region for the Assyrians to prosper, to live in peace, security, and safety. And we don't want security from the KRG, the Peshmerga. We don't want security from the Sunni or Shiite tribes. We want ours. We have our own security force, the NPU. So the NPU is gaining momentum. We see Americans donating and helping the NPU, and so who are we not to stand by and be a backbone for these people? Like I said, you guys could check out the website, the donations to the NPDF, Nineveh Plains Defense Fund.org. I'll put the link at the bottom at the end. You guys could see this organization went through so much to get this legalized. You guys could see all the formalities, the legals. It's perfectly legal, and this is what they fought for in Washington, D.C., to raise funds for this security force that is under the Iraqi National Guard. The U.S. State Department is taking us seriously, and I mean, Assyrians have been so persecuted and beaten that a lot of us have a mentality of defeatism where, oh, mo the NPU, but we see the American government, we see the Netherlands sitting, and they have faith in us. And it's embarrassing that some of us, not all, but there's a few minority of us, have that defeatist mentality. بس يضخ ماني لبلاخة قطرة. We know, we've seen ماني لبلاخة. We've seen what the NPU is doing. The Nineveh Plains Protection Unit is gonna be that cornerstone that will مضرالة Nineveh. Sabana, I really have hope and faith that Nineveh دارة. لا هي عطرت قمتها, بس I believe that there will be a bridge between Israel and Assyria and Egypt. But first, we need to look, get it تخمنخ. We gotta stop this mentality of let's go to the UN, let's go plead with other foreign governments for them to help us. They're not gonna help us unless we help ourselves. If we have a 5,000-man security force, I will guarantee you the first security force America will work with is our troops, our men. Because they know. They've seen how انخانت دخي بالشي. The Peshmerga خطلي. Eget Mosul Pillah, when Mosul fell, the Peshmerga ran. The Iraqi army ran. And they left us there. And mind you, 2 weeks before the invasion of ISIS, the Kurdish Peshmerga disarmed the people of Nineveh Plains. Now, I'm not too big on conspiracy theories, but that sounds like a conspiracy. Disarming an already vulnerable population So this is where we say enough is enough. I really suggest to all the young people that are especially born in America, like myself, just read the history of what happened to our people in World War One and World War Two. Both of my grandfathers fought in World War Two, and they were under the British levies. And the sacrifices of these men that they made in World War One and World War Two went in vain because we didn't gain anything out of it. But hopefully the third time is a charm. Hopefully this time the NPU is that gateway. قد ناشديا داري الننوى وقداري لها وخ إسريقو إما 20% of the population. زاد خاوخ تليقو إما خرطة أربيقو إما خمشيقو إما. Then we could start asking for an autonomous region. Then we could start asking for خدوك تدقانا under our own parliament, our own governments, our own military. Because frankly, the NPU is not a military yet. It's a security force under the Iraqi National Guard. Like how America has a National Guard, that's what the NPU is. It's a National Guard. It's an independent National Guard under the Iraqi federal government. So, thank you. So, these are the topics that are going on. So the Assyrian Federation of Netherlands did a great job of proposing what we want as Zoa, Rabbi Yaqub. Zoa is preparing for what's next, what's after ISIS, and because it's gonna be, to be frank and realistic, it's gonna be a bloody battle. It's either gonna be a bloody battle or it's gonna be a sweep. And the NPU is going to be on the front lines. Yale Diyan are going to be on the front lines. And a lot of these guys I know. Athra Kado, Faris, shout out, I hope they're watching right now. من Iraq, Shlam al-Khokhanwati, Likhmun Sheba, Sokho, Athil Khori. A lot of these guys I know. And I know that they're literally miles away from ISIS. They're dealing with this every day. So I got a couple minutes. I just want to say thanks you everybody for tuning in. I'm going to put the Nineveh Plains Defense Fund website. You guys could check it out. And I want you not just to donate, but believe in it. Go through the website. Read what the plan is, what the goals are. Read our accountability, the transparency. This is not just donate. No. This money, you'll see where this money is going. You'll see the bases that we've built for the NPU, the equipment that we've got them, whether it's clothes, whether it's shoes, whether it's anything to help these guys succeed in this, in the liberation of Mosul. And we're close. We've been close to getting this to Nineveh in World War One. We were close to getting this to Nineveh in World War Two. This time we cannot fail. In World War II, we were about 40 to 50% of northern Iraq. That's what our population was back then. Now we're down to 5%, not even. Our people have fled to Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, all over the world. We're scattered. This is our last stand. أيلا جاي خارتا ماسخ أود خمني قد شقق لأي أرض قجانا وبخليت لي همزوم من إنجلس سبت لي خكمة أمريكا يغزاين الفيسبوك ولا غزايا قبل مبرو مني قد أباني أودي دوني Nineveh Plains Defense Fund.org. So, like I said, do your research, believe in the cause, believe in the NPU, because these are all young men between the ages of 16 to 24. Some of them have left their homes in Duhok, which is about 2 hours from Nineveh, and they've left just to join the NPU, to defend their ancient villages. So just visit the website, and It's totally legal under this State Department. We've worked so hard in Washington D.C. Dr. Elmer Abdo, he's the president. He's a lawyer and a doctor. God bless him. He's totally blessed. He's anointed. I really respect the man and what he's done. And Michael Uesh and all these guys, that they've had this mechanism for us to a legal, simple way for us to donate. Go to the website, support now, enter your credit or debit card, make monthly payments. $12.50, $25 a month is nothing. I'm sure you guys can do it. And it's funny because when I'm trying to, every friend of mine, I ask them, have you donated? Are you going to the website and donate? And some of the answers I get is ridiculous. I can't afford it. I can't. $12.50 you can't afford? Check out the website. This is our last stand. If we are literally hanging on a thread, and I'm doing this. The reason I do this is for Anyalit Atra that I've met. When I went back home, I could never stop doing what I'm doing. The NPU, the young men, 16, 17 years old, who are fearless. They're not scared of ISIS. They're itching to be on the front line. But we need to gain something from this, and that is Dashtat Nineveh. So that's the end of my program. My time is up. I could go on forever, but thank you very much for tuning in. Basim Maraba. Next week, next Saturday. And everybody have a good weekend. Have a good Saturday. Be safe. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm going to put the Nineveh Plains Defense Fund website at the bottom. Check it out. Donate. $12.50 a month. $12.50 a month. Get your phone calls right now. Get your friends to donate. Get your family to donate. We need this more than ever. This is our last stand. Thank you. Everyone have a good weekend. Be safe. Khaya Ator. Khaya Zawa. Khaya NPU.